So, without further ado, I think I'll roll the intro first and then I'll show you. Roll the intro, Brian.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome
The Unfiltered Bride Podcast. Tips from the top table and beyond.
so you know it's going to be juicy.
So the topic of today that I would like to cover, we've touched on it before, but I feel like we didn't go deep. Just a pre-warning, there'll be no swearing in this episode. There'll be no innuendos. There'll be none of that because we're talking about kids at weddings. And who else would we ever have on the podcast? None other than Isla Mitchell.
Hello.
It's my kid.
Yes, it is.
Are you scared?
Kind of just...
Why are you talking so quiet?
No,
Right,
it's just...
let's give you
I
some
don't know what
podcast
to
etiquette.
say. I
You don't
know
need
what
to
to
know
say.
anything yet. I'm going to ask you so many
but,
questions.
like,
Here, you just say hi, everyone.
everybody. Hi.
We've dressed differently. I've gone for the summer and you've gone for the cool girl white fox. You're trendy. You do want to show them all the Stanley, don't you? I tell you what, I know that you're desperate to show them what's in your Stanley bag. You're not allowed to do that until the end of the episode. Only if you've nailed the episode are you allowed to show them what's in your Stanley bag. Because I would assume it's all very aesthetic.
I mean, there's two things.
Okay.
Three-ish.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that. So
We'll get to
what
that,
I would
guys.
like to do, I want you to picture the fact that people listen to this podcast because they want to know about weddings. So I'm going to
I
need
know about weddings,
I need you to
guys.
bring me some facts.
Oh, fun.
Okay. First, there's some rules for the podcast. You can't
Okay.
be sassy to me.
I might be.
No. You need to talk louder.
Okay.
Yeah. As you do at home. I don't know why you're
Okay.
acting all sweet
Because
and innocent.
I don't know what to say.
And I need confidence from you.
I am confident.
There we go. So let's start with a bit of intro about you. Tell me about you.
My name's Isla. I'm 11. I'm in year 6. And I know a lot about weddings.
Do you reckon you know a lot about weddings?
Yeah.
Do
I know
you?
more than people in my school.
Yeah, well, I should hope so. Let me ask you a couple of quick-fire wedding questions then.
Okay.
Because I do agree, because normally before every wedding, Isla will test me on my day plan. So she'll be like, what time is this happening? What's this? Okay, what's the wedding breakfast?
The first like food meal you have as a married couple.
So you're giving us the reason why it's called a wedding breakfast as well. But when is it in the wedding?
Oh, it's like after the ceremony.
So it's like the big meal.
Mm.
Yeah, correct. Ding. What is a celebrant?
Someone who, it's hard to describe, like who like gives away. No, like who officiates the marriage.
Yeah. Is there something else you need to tell me about it?
It's like an I don't know.
Is it legal or not legal
Not legal.
in England? So
Not legal.
not legal. Good. What's the name of a person in England who does a legal ceremony?
I don't actually know. Registrar.
Yeah, good girl. What's a canape?
It's a small, like bite-sized food.
Yes. Well done. Yeah, you do know more than most people about
Thank
weddings.
you.
What's the typical ceremony time?
3 p.m.
No.
It is.
No, it's not. 2:00. Did you
All of
mean-
your weddings have 3 o'clock.
No,
ones,
they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. What time did Daddy and I get married?
2:30.
No, 2.
I meant to.
Okay, so we would like to pick your brain. I want you to picture.
Please don't.
We're
Don't
gonna
pick my brain.
I'm
please.
gonna. I want you to picture you as an 11-year-old. I
That
also
is
want
me.
you. That is you. I also want you to picture like a 5-year-old when you were 5, and I also want you to picture like boys at school and stuff. We're not in a boy
Sorry.
phase yet.
No.
No. Okay. So I'm gonna walk through a wedding.
Okay.
Because here's the problem, and I feel for you because I really do, because we really want kids at weddings, but you're so annoying.
Oh.
Not you specifically, but kids are so annoying.
Fair.
If they all just behaved, we'd have kids at every wedding, like genuinely. But
True.
you're just,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
I do.
First question then, do you think there should be kids at weddings?
Depends on the couple.
Why?
Because first of all, if they have children, then their child's coming, then it's different if it's like an 18-year-old or like a 17-year-old.
Getting married? Oh, the kid.
No,
Sorry,
the
carry
kid.
on.
But if you have like a 5-year-old and they're not coming, then no other kids.
So you think if the couple have...
I think 15 over isn't a kid.
I agree, actually.
15 over isn't a kid, and if there's no kids at weddings, they can come. But if it is kids at weddings, then have a small amount of children who mean something to you. Not just like your brother's cousin's sister's daughter.
Your brother's cousin's sister's daughter, which would be your cousin's child.
No, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, your
brother's cousin's
sister's child.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, you're making a valid point. Yes.
Mum's dad's brother.
Yeah, mum's brother's friend's wife's kid's
Yeah.
son. Yeah.
I don't mind if that person's coming because they're an adult, but like the kid doesn't really mean anything to me. No offense to the person I just
I think
hurt.
we should have done some buzzwords first of things Isla's going to say, and no offense will 100% be on here because you always go no offense, but you're ugly, and I'm like there's offense taken. Okay, so you're saying if it's not close kids to you, then they shouldn't be there.
Yes.
But if it's close children to you, then they should be.
Still depends.
Let me name you some.
If they're a really troublemaking kid.
But then
and stuff.
okay, so how do you? Right, I'm going to use examples, but this isn't actually true in my family. But let's say I've got you coming to my wedding because you're my kid. I've got my sister's children coming, but my brother's children are troublemakers. I can't not have them and have
Then
my
just say no
sister's kids. So we're having no kids across the board. Are you still allowed to come? You're a kid.
Yeah, but that's different because I'm your daughter.
But they're my niece and nephews.
But I'm your daughter.
I know. This is the argument that happens at weddings all the time. Of like,
it depends. If you want kids at your wedding, then have them. If you don't.
say it into the camera.
If you don't want kids at your wedding, don't have kids at your wedding.
Tell me then how you tell somebody they're not allowed their kids at the wedding. Especially because it doesn't really matter for like mates' kids that are coming to the wedding. But what about like literally your nieces and nephews?
Well, I'd probably just be like, we like your kids, but this is an adult drinking event that we don't want them to be exposed to. Even though most of them are exposed to it.
Yes, at home.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. That's a good idea.
Thank you. Or if it's really a struggle, just let them come.
Oh, yeah, but now you're backtracking.
No,
you're backtracking.
But if you spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours trying to think of something and being like, oh, that's going to offend her. Oh, that's going to do that. Then maybe send in one invite, no kids, and one in the other invite kids.
So what
and then
some
they can't
people
argue
do,
with you because it's your wedding day.
Yeah, I do agree with that. What some people do is they say bridal party children only.
Yeah.
Which means basically your nearest and dearest. So then you don't need to have friends' kids at your wedding. So we did the same thing. We had you, nieces and nephews on both sides, and then just
your friend's
the
daughter.
bridesmaid's daughter. Yeah. So all my other friends that were coming, it was no kids. Otherwise you end up with like...
Although I was kind of sad that my friend couldn't come.
Which friend?
Well,
yes, so one of our friends that were there have a child which is friends with you.
Two children.
But so can you see why I didn't know?
No.
Because if I said yes to them,
then who would you have to say else?
Faye had kids. Holly has kids.
But that's different because she has.
Why? Well, yeah, but you
really
can't say it's different.
Kid.
But this is the. Oh, sorry, just knocking the microphone over.
But the two are like my age and a year younger than me.
But also, respectfully.
Okay, let's say
I don't want them on my wedding.
If you have a kid, then invite people. Maybe say like 9+. Like.
I feel like you can. If it's your wedding, you can make your own rules at it. You just need to stick by it.
And people can't tell you off, otherwise you're like, oh.
But you do realise that people do tell you off.
Yeah, and then you go, oos. You want to oos?
Oos. Oos. You're not.
Oops, you're not coming.
Okay, so we could sound clip you saying, oops, you're not coming.
Oops, you're not coming.
And they can use that to put on their invites. Okay, fine.
They have a little sound button that
You'll
press.
be a meme now, you know that.
Oops, you're not coming.
Why are you always American in your memes?
I don't know.
Okay, so you're a kid. We've established that.
Mm-hmm, I am. I hope.
Are you offended if you're not invited to a wedding? So I've got a wedding next year abroad.
Yeah, that's different because you planned the wedding.
No. I'm going to a wedding next year abroad. So you're not invited to that. Which, can you see why you're not invited to that? Because you're not close enough. You don't know him.
Is Daddy going?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
But that's what I mean. So
but
you're
are
not
kids
offended.
Going?
I don't know, but also it's not my place to ask if they are or not.
Like, it's like...
Is what it is.
I know him, but like... I know them, but like not enough.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not enough to be offended, but then... So, Uncle Dan got married and nobody was invited. Are you sad that you didn't go to that?
No, because no one else went to
What if Daddy and I went to it and you didn't?
What, is that happening now or in the past?
Let's say now.
If his daughter was going, then
yeah. You're offended now, aren't you? Oops, you're not going.
No. Okay, so you're saying everybody else, including my cousins...
No kids apart from their child.
Well, then, yeah, it's fine.
You're still not offended that you're not going to your uncle's wedding?
But neither are my cousins.
Yeah?
So...
Okay.
I can't argue with it.
No, I agree.
And he probably would get children going to his wedding.
He's married. He's already done.
Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, so we're not offended if you're not going to a wedding.
Nope. Depends on the person again.
Okay, fine.
Like if you get married and everyone else comes and I don't come, then yeah, I'm offended.
I did consider that.
But it's like, as well with like my grandma, like if my grandma got married and if I didn't come, then I'd be a bit like, you have grandchildren.
But you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Not to the one who eloped.
Huh?
2 of your grandparents eloped and you weren't invited neither. No?
Were you there?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what elopement is?
Yeah.
What?
When you like call off the wedding.
No.
Oh.
Elope. When you elope, it's just the 2 of you go and get married.
Oh.
So 2 of your grandparents have eloped.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody else was there. But are you offended that you weren't invited to there?
No,
because I'm a little bit offended.
But no one else was there. It was their decision.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'd be really offended if they invited everyone else we know except from you, Daddy, and me.
Yeah, that'd be sad.
But like, yeah. But now, if they got married now, then I'd be like, yeah, because you have grandchildren.
But they did get married when they had grandchildren.
Yeah. But like,
but not as an elopement.
Yeah.
Okay.
As in now they invited you, Daddy. Like,
so you're saying if they invited anybody and then didn't have grandkids, that's offensive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like they have lots of grandkids, so
yeah.
like.
I agree.
It's a
bit rude, that.
Yeah.
That is rude. That is very rude.
No swearing.
No swearing. No.
No.
Okay. Now let's talk about when you do go to a wedding. First of all,
I have been to...
How many weddings have you been to? 1,
4,
2, 3,
3,
4.
Who?
Okay, so you've been to mine.
Really?
You've been to your granddad's.
My Danny.
You've been to Danielle and Joe's, who are our close friends, and you've been to Kat and Steve's, which was abroad. So
I swear I've been to one more.
You might. I don't know if you have. I don't think you have. Anyway, they're the main ones that I'd like you to think about when you're thinking about all the answers you're going to make today. Okay. Do you like going to weddings?
If I know the couple well, then yes.
What makes you know, of all those 4, did you know everyone well?
Yes.
Okay. So
actually, no, I didn't know you very well.
What of those weddings, which was your favourite?
Yours.
Right, good. Why though? Is it because you knew
you're
everybody?
You're going to be offended.
I will be offended, you're right.
Yeah.
Because you knew everybody. I guess that helps. Whereas, for example, Kat's that was in Italy...
That was still...
I was going to say, if you didn't know anyone...
That was second best, though.
Is it because you're in Italy?
So it's because it was a 3-day wedding.
Yeah. We liked the experience of the holiday.
Yes.
Is it a positive to have other kids at the wedding?
Yes.
Why?
Because otherwise you're the only person there. And you're like...
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there were other kids at...
Kid table. No.
No, just alone.
One kid
Because in my opinion, if you're going to have 1 or 2 kids, you might as well have 4. Because then they all play together.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so...
Because otherwise I spend time with you and then you're like, go away. And I'm like, what do I do?
I don't tell you to go away. You're annoying though. Kids are annoying. We've talked about this. I love you to death, honestly, but you want to do stuff that we don't want to do. That's the problem.
Please don't make me die.
I won't make you die. You're fine.
Thank you.
I do love you. You're fine. The issue I have with kids is that you're a very good one. You're a very good example. Like I would take you to most weddings because you'll just get on with it. There are other kids that are not like you and they're annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I would like to walk through the wedding day. And I would like to think about points in which you could improve. Because I think when people get married, they don't think about the experience for a child.
Yeah.
What they're trying to do is make sure that the adults' experience is fun and keep you guys occupied so that you'll let us have fun.
Mhm.
But let's think about how we can make it fun for a child. Okay?
Okay.
So, ceremony. Half an hour ceremony. Do you need anything?
You can't really make that fun. Like, no offense, but you can't really make that any more fun.
Do you need food in
Without
it?
it being, no. Because then it's a distraction.
It is a distraction, I agree. But what I don't want is you talking to me.
A book.
A book?
One book.
But okay, so for you, you'd be fine having a book.
Mm-hmm.
What about a 5-year-old? Or a 4-year-old? They can't read.
Yeah, but okay, let's say, yeah, but then the parent can read it to them.
During the ceremony?
Yeah.
No. I'm going to have
Okay.
to veto some of
Okay,
your...
a little puzzle book.
Like an activity book? Drawing
Puzzle
book?
book.
Do you think it would make the kid talk to the mum
No.
and dad to be like,
And it says
I
on the
need
front,
a red?
says on the front, your goal is to not talk to anyone and try and solve them out yourself.
Okay.
Like something cute like that.
So you make it a bit more of a puzzle.
Yeah.
Because if you don't forget that everybody goes and sits down before the ceremony so they can set the child up.
Yeah.
Or do you think there should be no kids in ceremonies?
Ooh.
Would you rather be
You could put
sat...
them in. You could get a babysitter and you could put them in a little room with some like
toys? Okay, so you're thinking separate room.
Well, I mean, if your ceremony's long, then yeah, but I wouldn't waste like a whole room, buy all of the toys, get a person to look after them. If it's a long, like an hour, like I don't know when it'll be an hour, but an hour
Church
and
ceremony's an hour?
15 minutes, then yeah, but like if it's like a 15-20 minute ceremony, which it probably never is, but like just tell them to shut up and move on.
Yeah, okay.
Good
Shut
advice,
up and move
guys.
on.
Shut up and move on, guys.
What about when you're involved in the ceremony? So I want you to picture back to being a flower girl. Do you remember being a flower girl for Danny? No. How old were you? 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would not remember.
You don't remember it. What do you, as an 11-year-old, what do you need to know for walking down the aisle to make you feel confident and not nervous?
I don't really know. I've never been nervous walking down the aisle.
The problem is you're not a nervous kid, so you have to channel your inner nerves.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous. If I said you were a bit nervous coming on to talk on the podcast, so what information do you need to know beforehand?
I actually don't know.
Where you're walking?
Yeah.
When you're walking? Do you want to have gone to see the ceremony space before the ceremony?
No.
No? I mean, it's just a straight line.
Yeah.
I tell you what you...
I always used to think the aisle was in a supermarket.
That's why it's like an aisle.
No, but like... like it'd actually be an aisle with walls.
Oh, like the
and
shopping
then,
on.
the things.
No dear.
I always used to thought that it had like glass.
I always used to thought...
I
Is that what you just said on a national podcast?
national. Anyway, I always used to think that it was like glass, and then the chairs were like here. We were like, wow, down the aisle.
Odd.
Question. Before you
Question.
started working at weddings.
Oh, okay. When you were younger.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
real.
now you've got more knowledge of weddings.
No.
Are you going to take my wedding business? Do you like weddings?
I mean, yeah, but I can do it part time.
No, I don't want parts. If you're not fully in, you're not fully in, mate. Don't
Okay,
worry.
and I'm not fully in.
All right, bye.
Bye,
Girl, see ya.
girl.
You can
bye.
Saturday work for me.
Okay, yeah.
What was I saying? Okay. Do you think that it's nice to have a parent like stood at the end of the aisle so that the kid is walking in towards their parent?
No.
Yeah, but think about nervous kids, like a 2-year-old.
Okay, a 2-year-old. Who's the person going down the aisle with?
You tell me. That's what I was saying. What questions do you need to know?
Who am I walking down the aisle with?
Yeah.
Talk to the person before,
Yeah.
and just
Do you need to
And
know
then
the
the
person you're
person-
walking down the aisle with?
yeah,
Okay.
and the person explains to you like, ooh, this is when you're going down in this song. You have to walk slowly, but not that fast, and just a bit, and just take your time. Nothing bad's gonna happen if you do it wrong.
And smile.
Tea.
Okay. And you don't think they need to go and see the ceremony space before the
No.
ceremony? Because it's
Extra
just a
hassle.
straight line.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Thank you.
So we've done the ceremony.
We have
we're
indeed.
We've done the ceremony. We're having a Stanley break. Okay. Don't know if I'm allowed to mention Stanley. It feels like advertising.
Guys, oh my gosh, imagine we got advertised by Stanley.
That would be the dream. You liked it when I got Charlotte Tilbury stuff.
You got Charlotte Tilbury stuff. You didn't get me any.
I'm not getting you any Charlotte Tilbury stuff. You don't make any content. Why would they send you Charlotte Tilbury stuff?
you're kind.
Nah. Okay, so we've done the ceremony. I was thinking
They
something
just
good to
spat
ask you
everywhere.
then. What was I asking you? Readings in the ceremony.
Yes.
At what age do you think you could trust a child to do a reading in a ceremony? Because you did a beautiful reading in our
7.
ceremony. 7. A confident 7-year-old
Mhm.
and up.
Mhm.
All right, fine.
And then it stops when you get to like,
Yeah, what point does it stop being cute?
as a child,
Yeah.
15
Yeah, I feel like if you were 15 reading it, you would be
or
like,
14.
my mum and dad are getting married. Like sassy. Why aren't your hands out of your jumper?
Because
There
I
you
went
go.
like, because it was like that, and I went.
Okay. Okay, so readings we think they can cover. We think that they should be able to just sit and be quiet for a half an hour ceremony. If it's in
Come
a
on,
church,
guys. If you're a kid and you can't sit still for 30 minutes, ugh. You need to learn, okay?
I'm going to replay this to you when you have kids one day, when they're like little feral kids.
Yeah. But like, no offense, but like,
See?
no, I mean, offense taken. Just like, especially if you like, there's an age, like, yeah, when you're like 2-3 years old, then yeah. But if you're like a 7-year-old and you can't sit still, like,
Think of it
The
as
parents
an
are a bit-
assembly. It's like an assembly, isn't it? Just sit still and listen.
Mm.
How do you feel if a kid starts making noise in a ceremony?
Depends on the type, what age.
2.
You can't really do anything about it.
You can.
Yeah, but if you go over and say shut up,
No,
they're
I'm
gonna-
on about
they're gonna be like,
what could happen then. What do you
take them out of the ceremony?
say it louder?
Take them out of the ceremony, guys.
So, if you are concerned about a child making noises in the ceremony, I would speak to the parents and be like, look, we really are so excited to name a kid.
Just a random name.
Yeah.
John.
We are really excited to have little John in our wedding ceremony, but our ceremony is
John.
being recorded by our videographer.
Recorded.
Yeah.
Paid and recorded.
This is a lie.
Sorry.
Even if you haven't got a videographer, it doesn't matter. It is being recorded by our videographer, and they have said that any background noise would affect the recording. So if you could please take them out if they make noise during the ceremony, that would be amazing. We've reserved you a seat
on
the go on
outside.
end of the aisle.
Yeah, but end of the aisle's here and you have to go through.
No, so the aisle is in the middle, and end of the aisle would always be either side of the
Yeah,
aisle.
so the left or the right. So it would have to be this.
It depends on the room. If you could go out and exit from the non-aisle end and still sneak out, then that's fine. But like when I went to a wedding with Holly and their daughter was really young, we sat on the back row so that you could
Yeah.
just nip out.
She didn't make any noise though.
What? You weren't at that wedding.
Oh.
See, that was a wedding where you weren't invited, but another child was. How do you feel about that? Offended or not offended?
I don't really care.
No, I didn't think you'd care. But should I tell you why she was invited? Because she was a baby. Like, breastfeeding baby.
Baby.
Okay,
Sorry.
so we're asking people to remove children from ceremonies if they make noises. We're
Yes,
making
please.
up lies about videographers and saying that it
Yes.
has to be recorded. We're thinking that they should be able to entertain themselves for 30 minutes in a ceremony and be quiet. What about a church where it is an hour and it is pretty long?
Yeah, then I'd say if you have like 2 children, then maybe not, and just like. But if you have a baby, like I doubt they're gonna cry. They're probably just gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, you can time your feeds,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
But like if it's a 7-year-old and they start making noise, like
Come on, be
come
better.
on, girl.
Be better.
Like I get an hour for like 5-year-olds.
It's a
But
bit boring.
If you have 10 or like 5-year-olds, then yeah, maybe get like or have a little corner.
A lot
where-
of churches have a corner with toys.
Yeah, or another little room, or like if they start making noise, take them to the toilet.
Yeah.
And let them calm down and stuff while you go back in.
I was going to say, typically when somebody gets married, say if we were taking you and you're a baby, the person getting married is either my friend or daddy's friend. Whoever person it isn't, the other should be taking the child out.
I agree.
Cool. I'm glad we agree on that.
Cool.
Okay, we're now into the drinks reception. We did have a question from somebody.
Oh.
So it says,
Do you guys still do the tip jar?
we don't do the tip jar anymore. I'd like to bring back the tip jar, but I might bring it back on my YouTube channel instead.
Why does she not want to do it anymore?
I don't know why she doesn't want to do it anymore. She'll
Beth.
listen to this episode though. Ask her.
Beth, bring back the tip jar. Everyone wants it. Comment on this if you want it. And when we get 100 comments saying about it, we will bring it back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we are doing a kid canapes table for them, full of snacks during the drinks reception. Any suggestions on things to include? So tell me what you want this to look, because you know what canapes are, and you typically, you're quite a normal food eating child, apart from being vegetarian, but you don't like really thingy stuff,
so
but you like most normal stuff.
I'd say have things you know they'll like.
Like what?
Crisps.
Yeah.
Like drinks, like juices,
Yeah.
like popcorn.
Yeah.
And then maybe get some like
Breadsticks?
breadsticks. Then Cadbury's. Everyone likes Cadbury's. If you don't like Cadbury's, ugh. I mean, you don't like Cadbury's, but that's because you don't eat chocolate. If you eat chocolate and you don't eat Cadbury's,
You crazy.
you are crazy.
Give me like, budget is no
limit.
What do you want the table? Do you want it to, should I tell you what would be cool?
What?
You know, like where you make your own little snack bag. You know, like in what shops
Popcorn
is
machine.
it?
Sorry.
Popcorn machine would be cool. But you know when, I can't remember where it is. Is it somewhere like Tesco where you get the little cute
Pick 'em
bag
mix.
and then you
Ooh.
pick like your crisps, you pick your thing.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? That would be
meal
cute.
deal.
Kind of, but there's ones that are kids ones.
Okay, so I'd have like cheese sandwiches and then ham sandwiches.
Cute, standard, love it. Are they cut like triangles? We're making it look
Yeah,
kiddie. Yeah.
And have like like it depends on how many children. If you have like 3 or 4 children, don't do that many and try and get like what they want. But if you have like 20, I mean I doubt you would, but
I was gonna say how many
20
kids is too many
children,
kids?
then just kind of guess because you're not really gonna know.
Okay.
And then for crisps, I'd have like Quavers, Wotsits, Walkers.
Whoa.
What?
You did not mean Wotsits.
What's this again? Oh no, Wotsits. Guys.
Why not Wotsits?
Because there's no.
What colour is everything at a wedding?
White. Okay, take that back.
Thank you.
Walkers, Doritos.
No. Cool Breeze.
Yeah, Cool Breeze,
Deal.
guys.
Fine.
Doritos sponsor us. Oh my gosh, we could get so many packets of Doritos.
Pom Bears. It's a classic. You don't like a Pom Bear? Mate,
No,
grow
they're
up.
nice. Have you seen the new cheese ones? They taste nothing.
Oh,
like
no, I'm
cheese.
not about that.
But they just taste the exact same.
Oh, okay.
I'd
So
say
you're thinking three different...
yeah, but you can have budget things like the bunny ear things.
Yes, yeah.
Instead of Pom Bears.
Do kids
if you-
care about branding?
Depends if it's a really picky kid.
Okay, fine.
Because if it's you might want to ask, because you probably see those people a lot before the wedding. Maybe when you next see them, be like, ask the child, like, ooh, what kind of crisps do you like?
Oh, it'd be cute to make everyone a
Because-
personalised little bag and actually
And
ask
so
them what
much
are their
work.
favourite. Yeah, but if we're making the
But
effort.
then they'll be like, ooh, I love oranges. Ooh, oranges.
Yeah, to be fair, kids do change their mind. Do we need some fruit on this table?
I'm getting
Oh,
there.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I
Okay.
apologise.
Crisps. And then I'd have some fruit. So some...
You're right.
Cucumber, pepper.
What, like picky, like meze kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, with hummus in the middle.
Okay.
And soft cheese. I'd have like cucumber, pepper,
Carrots.
apples,
Yeah.
bananas, carrots, but not
This is a lot of
loads.
food going on though for a
I
canapé.
said no budget.
That's true. No, but it's not even the
Guys,
sit-down
guys,
meal.
guys. A cracker with some
You
with
can't-
some sweet, like kind of spread, and then a banana slice on top.
What
Canapé.
have you just made?
Something.
What is
lovely.
that?
Ooh,
You don't need to make them look like
digestive.
canapés.
You just said that.
No,
canapés.
like canapés as in, sorry, as in
Okay,
it's that
okay,
time, it's
little
not the sit-down meal
Little
part.
slices of bananas,
Okay.
and then actually maybe let's stitch the sandwiches. Some like crisps in like pots. Ooh, what are those cheese savories, guys? Cheese savories.
Okay.
Ooh, and the what are they called? Sour cream. I don't know. I think it's sour cream and onion. Those like shaped things, you know, like the ones that are like this.
You
and
do
then,
realise it's a
like-
podcast and most people
Yeah.
are listening.
Oh, like a circle and a long tube.
Oh, yeah. The
yeah,
Tesco ones.
Yeah, those Tesco. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
But
But
in, like,
I'm
little
asking
dishes.
you, is this you picturing kids are going to go and stand at this table and eat?
No,
Are you
just
picturing they're
keep
going to
going
sit
over.
down? Are you picturing that they're putting it in a bag and taking the bag with them? Like, what do you want?
Get a little plate, like a little bowl, a cute bowl that maybe has like a bow in it, or like weddings, like a wedding dress
Okay,
in
cute,
it.
like boys and girls.
And you can put it in.
Bowls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then
So it's like a little meze board for kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think I'd do, if you just want to do it for kids, then that's fine. But I'd do a pick and mix stand.
Yeah.
And like get like a board, put it with like little drawers in,
Cute.
and like label them, and have like chocolate buttons, mini eggs, all of the sweet. I don't really have sweets, so I don't really know what sweets are. Like milk bottles, strawberry laces, you know. And then also have a popcorn machine, and then little popcorn like
Can I make
bags.
a suggestion?
Hold on.
Okay, sorry.
Popcorn bags. Oh, and butter to go on top of the popcorn.
When have you ever had popcorn with butter on it?
You know, like those like machines that like make dispense the butter.
Yes.
With the
You want
popcorn?
an American popcorn machine.
Yes. And then you can like put the sweets and mix into the popcorn.
Okay, can I suggest my idea to you? You'll love it. You'll love it.
Okay.
I'm thinking for the canapes, we have the meze kind of thing with all the kid-friendly snacks. Wait,
like cocktail
no.
sausages as well.
Oh yeah,
with
you can
the
add
food.
cocktail sausages there.
And like Scotch
But
eggs
then,
and stuff.
when you all go into the wedding breakfast, which we'll come on to in a minute, when they come back out, that table has changed to be sweets and popcorn bar. Do you know what I mean? We don't
Yeah.
want to give them all of that
Yeah.
in the drinks reception.
Yeah, definitely not.
Obviously, you obviously meant that.
Obviously.
Yeah. You were getting
And
there.
then maybe like, and also have some props with it, like glasses to go like with the you're gonna have those like plastic ones,
What are you talking about?
the plastic popcorn
Pots?
pot things, and you're gonna put the glasses on each pot, like really small like glasses or like a little headband, so that when you get it, you get the glasses as well to put on.
Okay.
And you can keep refilling.
Okay. So we I feel like we're
Fun,
coming up with
fun.
some fun stuff. Yeah.
Because if you just have popcorn in tubs with some
We need
chocolate
more.
on it,
We want
we
more.
need more. More, guys. Otherwise, the kids are gonna go home and be like, "I'm hungry."
do you need? I do feel like fed kids are happy kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Fill up on
And maybe
snacks.
for the wedding breakfast, have like pizza.
Whoa. Just calm down a minute. We're not there yet.
Pizza.
We're not there yet.
Get a wedding dress cutter and cut the pizza into wedding dresses. And then you can fold. Ooh, and you can put icing on it to make it white. Like a wedding
You
dress.
want white icing on a pizza?
Ooh, do you know what you could get? You could get a really big one, and what you could do is you could say colour, make the wedding dress look dirty. So there's these white pizza bases, and you use the pens to draw what the bride has on her dress.
It's white.
But she gets stuff on it, guys. She does.
Shall I tell you what I saw at a wedding once? And it was very cool.
What?
It was, like the biscuits with fondant icing on, and then pens that you could colour in on the fondant icing. It was pretty cool.
That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. Right. So we're in the drinks reception still. We're not
we?
moved on yet. Yeah.
Oh,
We've
this
got
is
a
still
banging
canapes,
snack
guys.
station. We've got a little sign on it that says
Banging.
"Girl Dinner." Like it's
Girl
cute.
dinner.
It's aesthetic.
Do it. Girl dinner.
Girl dinner.
Girl dinner. Sorry.
Now, what else do you want in the drinks reception? What do you want to drink?
Water. Because there's always a kid that just drinks water.
I agree.
That's me.
She's your healthy queen. You glowing, hun.
Yes. I'd say just squash.
I agree.
Orange and black currants. Ooh, get the squeezies.
What?
You know the squeezy squash that you can go.
Well, I'm just thinking they'll make a killer and you guys can help yourself for the rest of the day.
Okay. I'd say that's it, really.
Do you want...
Coke? No, don't worry.
I just don't know about kids
Hot
and fizzy
chocolate
drinks.
stand.
I don't mind a hot chocolate stand if we're in winter, yeah?
Winter weddings have hot chocolate stands.
Summer weddings, slushy stand. Oh, mummy, you have outdone yourself. That is like another
Someone,
level.
Please have a summer wedding with a slushy machine. Invite me. And that's all I'm there for.
Did I tell you what you should start offering as a service, and this is not even a lie, is to go to people's weddings, but you have to entertain all the kids.
I
But
can
like
definitely-
as a guest.
Pet. If you have pets, I could do that. I could take care of your dogs.
I don't know if we trust you at your age yet, I'm afraid. Just giving you the honest answer.
I'm not going to let your dogs run away, am I? Unless it's like a bulldog. Please don't give me a bulldog. Chihuahuas, thin line. Sausage dogs
I
are very
think you'd
cute.
be better looking after kids because sometimes you've got like 2 5-year-olds and a 7-year-old
but I have
coming.
to
You'd
know
be
them.
good.
I'm not gonna
no, you
go-
don't. You can play with any kids.
No, but the kids aren't going to play with me. They're going to be like...
No, they won't. You're a cool older...
Yeah, and they're going to be like... They're going to follow me around for the rest
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
day.
But that's actually what they want.
Okay, I'll come to you with your weddings then.
Okay. Any of my couples that want an Isla.
Guys, if you're a couple...
How much does it cost for you to come?
I don't know how much.
You tell me
It
how
would
much you want.
even- Yeah,
Name
but
your price.
for the whole day.
You have to come from the drinks reception till 9 p.m. So that's probably 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 hours work.
I actually don't know what kind of...
Name your price.
Would it be 1,000 or would it be like £2? Please not £2.
What are you? How much?
£100.
What are you worth?
£100.
£100 for the whole day.
£100.
All right.
£100, guys. Inquire now. And the first person to inquire, I will only charge £90.
I think you're worth more than 100, but okay.
I meant 150.
Okay.
And
And you have to be fed.
The first person to inquire gets it 100, right? It has to
So
not be
£150.
not a school day, guys. Not a school day.
No, that is the problem. It have to be weekends. Are you willing? What if everybody inquired now and that's every weekend you're booked up?
Yay! I get money.
Oh, okay. What do you want to
I
be
like going
called?
to weddings.
What's your business called? I already know what it's called in my head.
What?
You tell me what you think it's called.
Isla entertains.
No, boring.
You do it.
Undercover Kid.
Ooh.
That's good, isn't it?
I should actually make that business.
You
Is that a
should.
problem?
You should.
I'm going to make that business, guys.
There's a thing called Undercover Bridesmaids, and they're literally
I'm actually
going to
make that, guys. I'm
You'd
actually
be a
going to make that.
fantastic flower girl.
Thank you. I'm actually going to make that business, guys. I
Okay.
actually am.
Well,
I
when you
actually
do,
am.
I don't charge a huge amount of money to
Can
share
you,
on my
when
socials,
you,
but
when you do calls, though, can you like be like, ooh, maybe
yeah,
if
it
you
costs
need a
money for me to
babysitter,
do that for you.
I will give you 20p.
Nope, no deal.
£1.
£1 of your £150? No.
I'll give you 5%. You have to work that
15%.
out.
15%.
No, 10%.
Deal.
And £15 isn't that bad.
Okay. But you can't use my platform and expect me not to get anything from it.
Okay.
Okay, done.
Can we do on 8%?
Pardon?
8%?
No, you shook on 10%. Right, we're
We
moving
didn't
on. We're
shake.
moving on. 10%.
I'm actually making this business, guys.
Undercover Kids, starting now.
Yeah, but maybe just on Sundays, guys.
No, Saturdays.
Yeah, but I like my Saturday. Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, sure.
Saturdays.
Okay, we're moving on.
Although I will eat your
Oh my
food.
God.
I will
no,
eat
that's
your
what I was
food.
saying. You have to be fed. That's
Yeah,
part
I
of
have
it.
to be fed. And vegetarian and nice.
Let's come on to that in
Okay.
2 seconds.
Okay.
I just want to finish the drink reception.
Okay.
We've had a banging table of snacks that you can just keep helping yourself to. We've got the drinks.
Slushy machine.
We're
Oh my
happy.
gosh, I
We've
need
got a
that.
slushy machine. This is a dream wedding for a
I know.
child right now.
Yeah, slushy machines aren't even that much.
They're
Like,
not, I
they
agree.
are, but like, it's actually not that bad.
Focus though. What
Sorry.
else do you want? Do you need games? Do you need activities? Do you need entertainment? Do you need what do you
Ooh.
want?
You could. I like when I went. I kind of went to 5,
Sorry, yes, you have been to another wedding,
Yeah.
but it was a renewal of vows,
Yeah,
which is why,
renewal.
of course.
but they had giant games, and I think I found like the big like. Oh my gosh, they should still make a giant version of Monopoly. Sorry.
That's a pretty long game
Like-
for a drinks reception, though.
Yeah, but so
That's fine. You tell me what
then,
you want as
then
the kid.
when you actually want them, they'll be like, no, and then when you don't want them, they won't be like, Mummy,
Yeah, fair.
Daddy.
Okay, so we like garden
Yeah.
games.
So like big dice and have like tic-tac-toe and like oh my gosh. Okay. If you have a bit of your venue that is like paved, have chalk.
I don't know if the venue are going to let you do that, hun.
Why?
You tell me, but you ask the venues and they'll go,
You ask the venues if you're allowed chalk because chalk is actually very entertaining for people.
I do agree with
But
that.
remember to get loads. Not loads,
But it also
like,
goes everywhere. You were blue.
get white chalk. But like it's like quite easy to clear up. You
Yeah.
just spray it.
What else do you want? Do you want a bouncy castle?
But get loads because chalk runs out easily.
Bouncy castle?
No.
Why?
White bounce castle. We can deal with it. But then also the children have muddy shoes and then they go on it and it's
they're more likely to get hurt. And then
I think it's just too big. It takes up too much room and it's not good for the foot. Like aesthetic ones, yes. But like those big red and bright blue like things, like
I think it depends on the vibe of the wedding. If you've got like a festival-y vibe wedding, like if there was one at that wedding you just said about, it probably would have fit in. Tell everybody what they had in the cocktail hour.
What? Who had?
Our neighbours. Their renewal wedding. What did they have? I think when we went.
They had like festival stall things.
Yeah.
They had darts. They had
ring toss.
They didn't have ring toss.
Yeah. They had knocked down coconut shy thing. Because we all had coconuts, remember?
They didn't have ring toss,
did they? They did, yeah. A shooting one.
Oh, yeah, they had a shoot. No, that was the dart. Oh, yeah. No, there wasn't ring toss, was there?
I don't know why you're fixating on ring toss. Just go with me.
Sorry. Anyway, there was just like Pac-Man. They had
like, arcade games.
They had like vintage arcade games.
But this is the thing. If that's the vibe of your wedding.
Because like with them as well, they also had like their table names as films. Like and TV series.
Yeah, sorry.
So that they had
games.
Lord of the Rings.
Friends.
Yeah, it was games. Friends. I just can't remember anything.
Because then they put the corresponding game on the table. So we were on the Friends table. Yeah. Because we love Friends.
We love Friends. Oh, and we also got gifts, didn't we? Well, I got a gift.
Let's come on to that.
Okay.
Sorry. We're still in the drinks section. So we need some kind of activity like lawn games. We can't expect kids to just sit and be chill for that time.
Yeah. If it's a low budget thing, a book from home. A few books from home. Pieces of paper.
Well, you just bring some board games. I can't imagine that nobody's got a board game at home that they could bring. Twister.
Yeah, and also it's not gonna be the end of the world if your kid's on your iPad or your phone.
I agree.
If it really gets to the point, then like again, even with the ceremony, like download if you have a child and you think that they're gonna act up, download a silent game on your phone because there's lots of like games that are actually called silent games.
Okay, didn't know that. Thank you.
Because people can like turn up the volume. The kids can turn up the volume.
Okay.
But you can turn it down. I think you can also set something where you can't turn the volume up without like a password.
You can have a thing on your phone where it goes into kid mode. Yeah. So they can't come off anything.
Yeah. I think our friend has that. But yeah, and just games like if they like name a game. If they like Monopoly.
Tetris.
Like Tetris, like.
But I'm also picturing younger kids as well.
Okay, like a Bluey game.
Yeah. Agreed. I was going to ask you something else about the drinks reception and I've forgotten it now.
I said Bluey sponsor us.
Bluey won't sponsor us.
Can everybody sponsor us, please? Rare Beauty.
No, don't just list names of
Selena.
companies.
Please, Selena.
Right.
Imagine Selena watches this.
I'll manifest it, but I don't think it's top of her.
We manifested that we got this house and we did, so. We even have the napkin that says manifest on it.
We do. This is not a lie.
Anyway, back to weddings.
Right, back in the drink reception. We've had a great time. That's what I was going to say. I would hold off the iPad and phone until we go into the wedding breakfast because actually the point to run around is during this drink reception. Yes. And you can be loud. There's no dramas in that bit.
Mm-hmm. But also there's no dramas in the wedding breakfast.
A little bit. Speeches.
Yeah, but like.
Jinx Padlock. Isla, you can speak.
Good. That was going to be a very boring podcast.
Okay, so we move then.
One man podcast. Hello.
We move into the wedding breakfast. Mm-hmm. We're sat at a table. Do you want to be sat at a table with kids or not?
No.
You don't want to be on an all-kid table?
No. It's distracting.
Distracting to who?
Because they're like, come on, let's play. They all talk.
So I did a wedding once where they had a whole kids table and they had nannies on the table?
Yeah. That's okay.
Okay, so we need some sort of adult presence.
A parent.
No, that poor parent that's got to sit on the kids' table. That's so mean.
Yeah, but if it's like 2 kids and they're both little kids.
Okay, so we're thinking you either sit with your family or we do a big kids' table where the nanny's on it as well.
I just think sit where you're sat.
Okay. I've got a wedding coming up as well where they are moving to the wedding breakfast room and the kids are staying in the drink reception space and a nanny is giving them food over there.
Ooh.
Do what you want then. Be as loud as you like.
Rah.
Okay, you get in, you sit at your table and there is a bag in front of you and it's filled with things to keep you entertained during the wedding breakfast. What's in that bag?
Ooh, you know those things where it's like filled with water and then you press it and you try and get those rings and those things. Tesco, not sponsoring Tesco, but, Tesco, you can sponsor us. But they're like £1. Like, they break break after a day, but...
Okay, so we're not very sustainable.
You don't need to be, because if they break it, they break it. Sorry. No stress toys, all right?
No what?
No stress toys.
What's a stress toy?
You don't want stress toys.
Fidget?
Yeah, fidget.
I thought you liked fidgets.
Nothing with stuff inside it, because
Why?
if they pop that, That's going everywhere.
But you've got some great fidgets.
My friend in my test had a fidget and it went everywhere.
In your SATs test?
Mm-hmm. It didn't go on the test, luckily, and the teacher didn't see her, but it went all over her lap.
What was it?
It was like this dinosaur fidget toy thing.
Oh.
It had like blue like stuff in it, like blue glitter.
Wow.
And you don't want that if you're having white tablecloths or any kind of tablecloth. Because if you're hiring them, you're going to have to pay for it.
Beth would not be happy, would she?
Beth would not be happy.
No. Tell me some fidgets that you would like, though.
A lot of them are really loud.
You know the ones that you hold
Fidget
the middle,
spinner?
a proper fidget spinner?
Still loud.
What do you mean loud?
And when you drop them.
Yeah, but there's cutlery on the table and stuff, so we don't need to worry too. We just don't need noisy
Not
toys.
a metal one, do get a metal one. Because,
okay.
But I have one that's like plastic.
Yeah.
Well, I used to, I think. I think we got it out.
What else is in that bag?
Colouring pages. And you know like the ones you get like Wagamama, ZZs, like all of that. Like just...
Do you know what they should make? So you're talking about the placemats. Design your own placemat. That's cool, isn't it? With like the venue and
I should so make that, guys.
Right. I'm going to tell them.
Stop.
Isla came to work at the office the other week and I said to her, Isla, design a kids activity pack and I will sell it on my website. It can be one of the digital downloads.
I'm just busy, okay? Sorry.
So I said,
SATs,
make
guys.
this.
I have SATs.
You did not have SATs when we were doing this.
I was preparing for SATs.
No, you weren't. You were on your iPad.
I was preparing for SATs by continuing relaxing my brain. Okay.
Anyway, soon Isla's kids activity pack will be on the website and we were designing one that was not boring and not your basic like...
Well, I've done like one.
You've done a bit, but do you think a placemat would be amazing?
Like, yeah, a placemat would be
What would you want on it? Tell us what you actually like, yeah?
But like, I'd say, to be honest, like...
I feel like you have to tailor it to people's age.
No.
What, you want to do the same word search as a 3-year-old? I need to get comfy. I'm getting aggressive.
No offence, but like, I do think the 12-year-old kids are going to do a word search.
You would do a word search.
Okay, colouring then.
So we want some colouring. That's what I mean. We want
join
stuff
the dots. Join the dots, guys.
Okay. I would also have some section to do, you know, like when they do words. What's the dot game you like where you have to draw boxes?
Squares. Oh, I like squares. Yeah, but then you have to do it with someone. And then they go, Mummy, can you play with me?
Which is fine during the wedding breakfast. I don't mind playing with you during the wedding breakfast. You're not eating constantly. What else do you want on there? Word search, colouring.
I don't think you need that much, really.
Okay.
I'd say, actually, if you want to keep it simple, just print out a page of colouring.
Okay.
And then that's
colour for that long?
And write...
I would personalise them. I'd write their names.
I also think crayons are good when you want short colouring, but you want proper pens because you can't colour inside the lines. And you know that like little like residue thing that comes off?
Yeah.
Ugh. And it goes everywhere. And when you touch it on the table, it smudges. And you don't want that.
But
because then they'll be like, and also...
Can we compromise?
Maybe.
On colouring pencils. Because
it has to be sharp. Oh, put a sharpener.
Okay, I agree with that, yeah.
But it has to be with a little pot to put it in. Ugh.
I agree with that.
All the sharpeners on the table.
Because I agree with your crayon statement.
Crayons.
But pens, tablecloths, white dresses.
Washable pens.
I haven't got time to wash a wedding dress.
Washable pens.
I haven't got time to wash it. I think we compromise on colouring pencils, but you're right. A fresh pack, sharp.
I have a better idea. You know those things where it's this special paper, and there's these pens that go on it, and they're like invisible until you put them on the paper, and they change colour. And
they got water in. Is it those ones? You know the ones where they're just water, and then you colour on the paper, and the colour comes out. No.
You know the ones like there's like Elsa ones, bluey ones, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The ones at Tesco, and they're like they have a piece of paper, and it's like they have like themes. And then there's like the different colours. They have like purple on the end of them.
But the pen is clear.
But the pen is clear and it doesn't go on anyone.
They are actually very clever, yeah.
They're like very clever.
So we're basically going to Tesco.
So maybe next time you see them, you can be like, "Ooh, do you like Bluey, Elsa?"
Or you, I guess you know the kid, don't you?
Yeah.
So we can get all of this stuff from Tesco. We can get the little fidgety toys. We can get a couple more party game things. We can get the colouring. Should we go from a magazine as well?
Magazine
themed to their age, because then that's got all the colouring. They are.
Make your own magazine.
I mean,
sorry.
No, I agree. We're giving jobs.
Okay, get like buy a magazine about like Taylor Swift if they like Taylor Swift, or like
I feel like there's always activities
the show
in there.
Bluey, and then you can also buy little like small things from Amazon that are Bluey, Elsa.
So we theme the whole bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Theme the whole magazine thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then along with that colouring that you get, you know, the like invisible ink thing, you can have Bluey and little figures and little magazines to get to know about it.
And that would make a child happy
Mm-hmm.
and enjoy
or
the
a
day.
wedding one, but a fun wedding one.
Yeah.
Because
I'd
offense.
see too many basic.
Again, no offense, but like again. Again.
She's lost it. You've lost her.
Hold on. If you have a boring thing that's like a wedding dress is sewed up by a stitcher called blah blah blah, or like, but like have things that's like a flower girl is a really important job that like, or like,
So just a bit more, talk to them a bit more grown up.
but like, not like, did you know a wedding dress is usually white? You should never
Because-
wear white to a wedding because there's like what was your thing, like 19 million other colours that you can,
So we want
Where?
it to be a bit more fun.
Yeah,
and
like-
a bit older.
like, please don't draw on the tables.
Yeah. Oh, we could make a little rules page in there.
Rules page.
I wrote something cute in my book. Hold on, let me grab it.
Let me grab it.
I wrote a book.
Oh my gosh, she wrote a book, guys. Oh. Guys, cover your eyes, cover your eyes.
Are we? Brian's just told us off for how long we've been, and I was worried that we wouldn't have enough to talk about.
It's been an hour.
I haven't even gone through questions yet.
It's been an hour.
Yeah. Look
How
at
long
us.
can it be? How long can it be, guys?
I don't know. We could make it a double episode though. Legit.
Legit.
Nah, I feel like we've covered most stuff.
Yeah.
We're nearly there.
We're nearly there, guys. I'm going to make that business.
Also, just an idea for everybody. I made, this is my book, but when I did my book launch, I made this book I made this book my guest book, and everyone signed in there.
Okay, guys, I have a good idea, right? When you get engaged, try and get photos and get them printed in a book and get everyone to sign it on your wedding day. Like an audiobook.
What?
Like an audio guest book.
What do you think?
Like
an
a
audio
guest book.
A guest book, yeah. Audio guest book is the phone.
Yeah, but you could have it next to the phone.
Yeah.
Because they're
So
not
people do
writing
that.
big
They
messages.
use their engagement photos.
Yeah.
Okay. This was a children.
It was like page 22, wasn't it?
Please don't feel bad for.
You have to read it better than that, Mummy.
Sorry. So please do not feel bad for suggesting to parents beforehand that if their children are fussy, they can please feel free to take them out of the room. We had a little
Take them
order of
out.
service newspaper, and I had noted that said, "Hey kiddos, can you hear the bells? Time to quiet those noisy yells. Zip your lips and take your seat, or we'll hide the wedding treats."
Did you say that?
It was
In
in
your
the
thing?
It was in the newspaper.
Oh, I did not read that because I'm not a child. No,
You
as in I
also-
didn't read No, I read the newspaper. Do we even have I think we still have the newspaper.
Of course I have. I've got a memory box full of stuff
Where?
in my memories.
Isn't it up there?
Section? No. Right,
Where's
we've got to
your memory
refocus
section?
in. We've got to
Okay.
refocus in. You've made fantastic activity bags there. I think I agree. Rather than the problem is, I think people are leaving the kids stuff until last minute.
Yeah.
And then it's a quick hobbycraft job. What
Like,
can we get?
I
No
know.
thought.
I know kids aren't the most important thing, and I get that. Like, what?
That's so sad.
They aren't. Food is more important than that.
But this is why
Stop
I want
crying.
This is where I want to slightly change the narrative on it, because I agree. Everyone's always like, "Oh, we're having kids at our wedding." Like, people will apologise to me for having kids at the wedding because one of my questions is how many kids, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, there's 12." I don't mind, but
Yeah,
can we
like-
make it a bit fun for them?
Yeah, like it's not really going to affect you if you have a kid at your wedding. Like, let's be honest.
No, I agree. And
Like,
give them stuff to
if
do.
you really don't want that kid to be there, but you have to because it's really awkward, and you're really nervous about what to do, just get a good kids bag and they'll literally leave you alone. They probably won't even talk to you for the whole day.
Preach. Okay, so
That's me.
we've got a great kids bag.
We do.
What do you want to eat? Give me your dream meal.
Pasta.
Okay.
All kids want pasta.
Okay. Do you want to start?
Do you know what's kind of sad though? When you have kids that are like dairy free, lactose free,
And they can't have cheese.
no cheese, no pasta.
People would say the same thing about you being vegetarian.
Yeah, but like that means I can just not have animals. But with that, it's like, ooh, do you want cheese?
But that's not a choice.
This is probably all wrong, but like I'm lactose intolerant. Ooh, do you want a cheese pizza? No, I'm also dairy free. Ooh, do you want broccoli and blah 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 blah? Oh no, I'm also allergic to broccoli.
Where are you going with this? I think we've gone off topic there, hun.
Gone off topic, guys.
Right, I just want to know your perfect menu as a wedding guest.
My perfect menu.
Yeah, so what would you like as a starter?
So extravagant.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Breadsticks and hummus. Oh, pitta and hummus. Warm pitta and hummus.
Warm pitta hummus, but we have had a snack plate similar out there.
Ooh, we could add warm pitta and hummus.
Okay, so now what are we having for the starter
But
then?
they can't be warm.
Can?
Get a toaster.
No, calm down. You went one too far. You always do that. Go one too many. Right, concentrate. What do you want for your starter?
Arancini balls.
Cool. What flavour?
Normal. Cheese.
Thank you. I'm
staring into that.
going to name some other things for you. Maybe stare at me instead. Be less creepy. I'll name some other things. You tell me if you want them or not. Dough balls.
Yes.
Cucumber plate.
No.
Hummus. No, sorry. Soup.
No.
It'll go mozzarella
all down
sticks.
here. Depends on how good they are.
Banging.
Okay. Yes.
Potato skins.
No.
Pate.
That should be one of the clips.
Pate.
I'm vegetarian.
Not for you. Just
I actually
kids.
love, guys. I actually love pate.
You did used to love pate.
I didn't. The thing is, before I became vegetarian, I didn't even know it was made of animal. I always used to. I actually never knew. So I think once I was in Tesco with Daddy, and I was like, "Can I get some pate?" Because I haven't had it in so long, and he was like, "It's not vegetarian." And I was like,
"Oops,
what?"
What?
I hadn't had it before.
Yeah.
I was like, after I was vegetarian, but I was like, "What?
What?
What?"
Right, concentrate. It's mains
Sorry.
time. What do you want for main?
You
No, you tell me your main one, and then I'll tell you.
Pasta.
Oh,
Every
sorry.
kid likes pasta.
What do you want? What pasta?
Tomato, cheese, mozzarella.
Garlic bread.
Yes. Right. Garlic bread is banging. It is. And everyone agrees. It's so good. But get the ones with extra stuffing because they're even better.
They're not cooking the food. It's a caterer. Okay, would you like roast dinner?
No. At a wedding, no.
Most people have roast dinner. Would you like mashed potato,
Yes.
fake chicken and broccoli?
Yes.
Okay.
Not broccoli.
Would you like...
like, have a normal chicken nuggets, mashed potato and peas. Yes.
So you'd be happy with proper kids' food?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Sorry, guys.
Dessert, what would you like?
I don't really like
You don't
dessert.
really eat dessert. If you had to have it...
I don't think you'd have dessert if you had the popcorn stand.
Not even if... What about a little brownie?
No.
Yeah, but everyone
Waste
else
of
is
money.
sat having dessert.
Yeah, but then either you waste a brownie and you waste a little bit of your popcorn stand, or you waste a little bit less at your popcorn stands and keep a brownie.
All right.
And also, if you're having a big like brownie and ice cream thing, like I haven't seen it, but I'm sure people have like a big thing like that as well as a sticky toffee pudding. But like
Yeah.
you don't need it.
Okay.
Because think how much food is wasted at those snack station things. Or I think it's hard to determine, like, do you go less or do you go more with weddings?
Can I give you a tip?
What?
You can always buy more drinks, but you cannot buy more food. So as a guest, you could give me less drinks and I can go and buy my own. But if you give me less food, I can't go and get any more for myself.
What do you mean buy my own?
So
Oh.
say if you had a budget of £1,000 and you were like, I'll spend
£1,000 for a whole wedding?
I wish. If I said, I'm not about food and drink,
Oh,
for
I was gonna
example,
say.
if you had £1,000 to spend on food and drink and you were like, okay, well, I'll do £800 on drink and I'll just do something little for food. But actually what you should do is do less on the drink because they can go to the bar and just order their own and give them more food because they can't go and get their own food. They can't add more food.
More or less food?
More.
No, for like, yeah, but then think how much you waste.
There is waste, I'm afraid. It's life. But there's nothing worse.
Did we have loads? We had quite a lot of
Of course
waste.
we had a lot of waste.
We didn't really have like a snack stand though, did
We
we?
had brownies. We had a
Imagine.
coffee and donut van.
Oh yeah.
That was
And you had a
cool.
pizza van.
And a
didn't you?
pizza van, yeah.
Interesting.
It was a hit.
Anyway,
Okay.
what's next?
Okay, so we finished the food. We've gone back out. It's cocktail hour now.
I don't like cocktails.
You can't
guys.
have the cocktails. Do you want a
Mocktails.
drink? Do you want a mocktail?
If you're like,
I guess if you've got bougie kid, like if you've got 14-year-olds, imagine, can I tell you a secret? When Isla posted me on her WhatsApp stories once, it was like the best day of my life because I realised that was cool. If
When
you
was
can, I remember it. Don't take that away from me.
What was
Don't
it?
take that
what
away
was
from
it?
us at the spa.
Oh, that was cute.
I know. And I felt so proud of myself. I would like, if I was having like a group of 10 to 14-year-olds, all I want for them to do is think I'm cool, that I'm the coolest bride there ever was. So I'm going to give you, should I tell you what I'm going to give you?
Yes.
When you come out from the wedding breakfast, you are going to walk yourself over to my Stanley station, and it's got your names on different Stanleys, and then you are going to add your accessories to your Stanleys.
As if.
Applaud me.
No.
That's what I
Did
would
you do that at your wedding?
You didn't like Stanleys then?
Would
How much do you reckon that would cost?
Okay. You had your same wedding right now. You're telling me you would include a Stanley for every single child who was not over the age of 9. So that's, 3 people.
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah.
So you'd buy 3 Stanleys with all the accessories, custom write our names on it, and let us take them home.
Yeah. I'm doing my dream wedding here. That's what you should be doing
You're so
too.
funny.
You should be doing a dream wedding for a kid.
No offense, but no.
What?
You'd never do that.
Do you want that?
Can I have one now?
No, I'm saying...
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm saying we're doing a dream wedding. Do you want that as a kid going to a wedding?
Yes.
Exactly. That's why I'm playing.
Get me makeup, Rare Beauty. Actually, make us each a gift basket with Stanleys, Rare Beauty, Summer Fridays bubble.
So if you were having an
all of them
activity pack,
sponsor us,
surely
guys.
you'd want some cute stuff in it like that.
Yes.
We're doing a dream wedding here.
Oh.
Like a perfect wedding for a child would have those things, yeah?
I thought it was like a realistic wedding.
We're doing a bit of both. Depends on their budget.
Fair.
But imagine going into the wedding breakfast room and the kids have all got their own Stanley on the table. That'd be adorable. And Brian's telling us to wrap it up. Daddy's saying that we have to wrap it up, babe.
No.
I know, I'm having fun. Can I just quick fire questions with you? We might have to get you on another one. We've talked about DIYing sets. That's fine.
We have, guys.
We've done that.
Done that.
I think we've actually covered a lot of them.
Any more questions?
What about the evening? So you said you wanted little stuff to wear. So what I will say is, if you guys are doing props for the evening, kids always come over. Hold on. Kids always come over and take all of the props first. So why don't you make little kids prop station and then leave some, or get enough for the adults as well?
Yeah.
Because you guys steal them.
Mashed potato bar in the afternoon.
Oh, what? Mashed potato bar?
Yeah. In the evening. Because you're not going to have like canapes again. No. Because it's just too much. But if you're hungry, mashed potato bar.
Okay, fine.
Oh my gosh. I want to have your mashed potato again.
I know, it's good. We'll ask Daddy to do mashed potato for dinner.
No, I want like the crispy
epic
bacon.
Bacon. Okay, what else do you want in the evening?
Nothing.
Nothing? You're just going to dance?
Oh, I like my glitter station.
You did like the glitter station.
And that would not have happened if it wasn't for me.
What's the hand movements? Is that a sleigh?
No.
Yes,
dust,
so
guys.
you did a glitter station
dust,
and you did all people's faces.
I did, and that wouldn't have
cute.
happened if...
No.
There was actually a whole thing and we probably wouldn't have used it. Me and my cousins were like, ooh, we should do it.
Yeah, and you glitter faced everybody.
And also, like, you don't need too many games because, like, what me and my cousins ended up doing is literally just playing hide and seek.
True.
Because, like, me and my cousin hid literally for, like, 45 minutes and they couldn't find us. We were behind the hot tub.
It was wonderful, guys.
It was wonderful.
I would like you to give everybody 3 tips for having kids at weddings. 3 tips to make it an enjoyable wedding for a child.
Don't make it boring.
How?
But just, if you think it's boring, then it probably is.
Fair. So we need to think about the kids' experience.
If you get a book and it looks boring, or like if you have food and it tastes boring,
it probably is.
Probably is.
Okay.
And the kids won't like it.
Tip 2.
Think of yourself as a kid and think, would I, as a 5-year-old, let's say, sit in a ceremony for an hour? And if you would, then wow. But if like, go with your gut really. Yeah. Like if you think, I didn't think they're going to like this, but let's just do it. They're probably going to ruin your ceremony. And that £100 for a nanny, or for me.
You are coming in cheaper than a nanny, I'm not going to lie.
Thank you.
Or does that say you've underpriced yourself?
Nah.
No? Okay, carry
Because
on.
if I go £500, then no one's going to choose me. Anyway, what was I saying?
Third tip, please.
Oh, don't be scared to say no to children.
They were good tips.
Thank you.
May I give you 3 tips as well? Tip number 1 is communicate with the parents.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with saying, if your child cries in the ceremony, please remove them. Or what does your child like? What will they be entertained by? Tip number 2 is to not leave it till last minute.
Yes.
Normally when I'm doing my final meeting calls, one of my questions is, kids, are you doing anything for the kids?
Oh,
and
yeah,
they go,
actually, I wanted to do
no."
it yesterday. But
Yeah. And tip number 3 is games.
Games.
Like, it doesn't cost a lot to put a
Games.
couple of games out and then they
No.
can have fun.
And even it could be free.
Yeah,
Just the
stuff
night,
you've got here.
maybe not the night before, but one time you have a free afternoon, get some pieces of paper and draw some lines to do tic-tac-toe and...
Oh, you ruined it, babe.
Why?
We don't just draw lines on pieces of paper. Come on,
With
be better.
rulers.
Be better.
With rulers, guys.
Be better.
With
Print it out at least.
rulers. Okay, fine. But then you have to get a printer. You have to
Just-
use ink. Then you have to
come
buy
on.
more ink.
Just
And then you have
come
to go
on.
to the Tesco to get more ink.
Come on.
Okay.
Be better.
I'm sorry.
Isla Mitchell,
Hi.
thank you so much for coming on our podcast.
You're welcome.
I can't believe it was quite as long as it was.
I know. it
I
felt
can't
like
believe
15
we've made a
minutes.
business.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we've made a business.
Undercover
guys.
Kids is here
I
and
don't think we
open.
should call it Undercover.
You can think about a logo and stuff like
Guys,
that. Well, I'll keep
this is
everyone
probably going
updated.
to come out in a long time. When is this coming out?
like next week.
Can you give me names, please?
Names for what?
for
Oh,
my business.
Okay.
And I will make it.
Okay. And then I will share
Probably.
it on our stories so everyone can see it.
Yes.
Just remember how we started, okay? And that 10% commission. Thank you.
8%.
Say goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
Make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that jazz, and I will see you next week. Love you. Bye. You have to say bye as well. Love you. Bye.